I truly believe that God's plan is not for us to see. So I'm going to tell a story and then I'm going to explain it. It's going to be a little weird. So I was sitting in a recruiting office, paperwork, waiting for a kid to show up. Didn't show up. I was mad because that dude didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, and I could see it. I could change his life. NC1 could see I was mad. He's like, if you've never had steak, hamburgers just fine. I looked at him like he had three heads. He tells me this story. He said he drove like this hour away to this town to pick up this kid. The house is leaning to the left. Floors look like they're probably dirt. And Dad comes to the door and says, John ain't going. NC1's like, well, I need to talk to John. John's like, yeah, I got a job down at the gas station pumping gas. I ain't going. Now, he drove back at a whole hour, and he was mad as hell. Understandably so. Because he knew he could change John's life. See, John had never ate steak. He had always had hamburger. Just like if all you've ever had is steak, and all of a sudden you're given hamburger, you're pissed the fuck off. But he didn't know what he didn't know. He didn't miss what he had never had. And I think truly that God's plan is so big that we miss it. That maybe it's not about us. We're selfish creatures, so we tend to think everything's about us. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's about that guy you just bumped into and had a conversation with. Maybe he'll pass on your conversation to his kid, and his grandkids will have a better life than he did because of that conversation. Because, see, I was sitting on the side of a mountain after, at least 20 years of being mad at God. And I saw cows the size of ants. That was that high up. Then I was thinking about it one day, and I was like, what if I was sitting at ground level? Obviously, I was sitting in my backyard because that's where I do a lot of thinking. That cow just looks like he's just wandering the fuck around. But God can see that there's a path. Now, some cows will take the path straight to the pond to get some water. Other cows will meander between the trees. Some will make twists and turns. But they all make it to the pond to get some water. But from where you're sitting at on ground level, you don't see that. You just see a cow that's just stupid. Has no idea. It's a hot day. Why ain't he going over to the other cows to get some water? Because it's his path. He's got to figure that shit out for himself. Now, as that cow makes around, just like we do, we bump into people. He bumps into other cows. Maybe he bumps into a duck or two. The duck's like, that bump changed that duck's trajectory. He said, I think I'll go cool off in the pond. You never would have thought about it if the cow hadn't bumped into him. And maybe because he bumped into that cow bumped into him and he went and got in the pond, he met another duck and they had ducklings. And those ducklings got to hang out more at the pond than he ever did. Because it was never about the cow. It was about the duck. And the duck meeting someone. And the ducklings having a better life than the cow or the duck ever had. The plan God has for us is not meant for us to see. He understands that we're going to be mad and frustrated with him because we're wondering why this isn't working out for us. It's not working out for us because it was never meant for us. It was meant for a generation behind. Just like a rock falls in a stream and diverts part of the water to an area that was parched. Thousands of years later, there's a fish in that pond, where that water diverted to and created a lake that never would have existed if a rock hadn't fallen in that pond. But God knew that rock needed to fall in that pond to divert the water to create the lake so the fish could evolve. It's a bigger plan than you ever thought of. And maybe, just maybe, it's not about you. Because, well, you've been too busy eating hamburger to see that steak's right around the corner. Or maybe you've been eating steak too long and you need to eat some hamburger. God has a plan. Whether you see it as Allah, Buddha, who the fuck ever. There's a plan. There's a path. It's not for you to find it. It's just for you to walk it. Have a good one. Don't worry about the hamburger. It'll be alright.